There's some big metaphysical problems with superheroes dying and coming back all the time. And I'm going to talk about some of those problems. So first off, we don't have to worry about guys that you thought were dead but actually are not dead. Green Goblin, he's fine. He was just asleep. Winter Soldier, he's fine because he was asleep. And all those guys, we're not worried about those. We're worried about your Colossuses, your Hawkeyes.
Captain Marvel?
Well, he didn't really die, did he?
Where is he now?
I mean, he totally died. He didn't really come back to life.
Right.
So he's fine. He's just a temporal anomaly. He's good. So we're going to take Colossus as a case study. He's not the worst example of someone coming back to life, but he's kind of straightforward. So we're going to go with him. So the problem is, how do you know that a guy who died and come back to life is actually the original guy? How do you know it's the exact same Colossus as you knew before? Now, for those who don't know,
I bet Kitty Pryde knew.
What?
I bet Kitty Pryde knew.
It's good. That'll go.
Are we talking about the same thing?
It didn't need to be said, Mark.
No, you're right. Yeah, I'm sorry. So for those who don't know, Colossus died curing everyone of the legacy virus. He had to inject himself with it and then die, and then he released the cure into the atmosphere, and everyone was cool except him, who was dead. Now it looked like he got cremated, but what actually happened was this dude Ord from the Break World nicked off with his body, resurrected him so that he could do some stuff and like create a cure for people being mutants, which all sort of happened in Astonishing X-Men. So yeah, he resurrected him. So the most obvious way for a cult... I was going to do a diagram, I'm sorry. Colossus is alive.
Watch the iPhone.
Screw it, it's only an iPhone.
Sorry, that's what would be going through my mind right now.
And then he's dead, Punisher style. Probably crosses in his eyes there like that. And then he's dead for a bit, like this. And then he's alive.
So is he a walking zombie?
And it sort of matches the other one a little bit. So the most obvious explanation for it is that same body, same dude. The key to personal identity is your body. Which sort of sounds alright to start with because most of us were the same person that we've always been and we've always had the same body. That sort of seems to make sense, but any Star Trek fans will be familiar with the problem that we've got here. So hypothetically speaking, if you could teleport someone across any sort of distance you like, and they can do this with protons now, I think, so it's not that science fictional anymore. Then yeah, you destroy them and then you remake them somewhere else, which seems a bit iffy, but maybe it's alright. But then imagine the machine fucks up a little bit.
This is Leeds, mate, don't worry.
And spooges a bit of extra energy in there and accidentally creates two Colossuses, or whoever you like.
Or Jeff Goldblum.
Two Jeff Goldblums.
Are you talking about the Prestige?
What? Yeah, sure. So you've got two dudes that have both got like half and half the matter of the previous dude, and they both got all his memories and they look just like him. And for all intents and purposes, they are both just Colossus or Captain Kirk or Jeff Goldblum or Hugh Jackman or anyone else. So you've got two guys, two of them. We'll call them 1 and 2. And they're both exactly the same, and they both think they're Colossus, and that is pretty counterintuitive. And that's a pretty big problem. If you prefer, you could split his brain down the middle, because they've proved that left hemispheres and right hemispheres of people's brains can both operate independently. So you can split it that way, and maybe that seems alright, but again, you're left with two different guys, which is a big problem for body theory. So you say, alright, well maybe it's personality, and because we're doing another diagram, that's what your personality looks like.
Wow. I prefer the lines from last time.
That's them end on.
Yeah, so if it's got Colossus's personality, if it's got all his memories, all his goals, all his attitudes, if it's got all of that, then that's what makes him still Colossus. And he did. I mean, he was a bit pissed off, and he was a bit moody for a little while, and he hung out in front of the Blackbird or something to fight stuff and all that kind of thing. But it had all his memories and all his thoughts and whatnot. So maybe that seems cool. Except, well, you can copy someone's personality, can't you? It's a bit like software. You know, I mean, there's a really obvious example if you're a nerd like I am, or if you're not a nerd.
No one's a nerd like Mark.
Spider-Man in the 1990s, and that's...
Yeah, Clone Saga.
Thank you.
What about when the Punisher became an angel of death?
You what?
Punisher died, and he became some sort of random angel killing people.
I'd just like to put my hand up here and say I've read a lot of Marvel comics, but I've not read all the Marvel comics. So you may be able to out-nerd me as Tim just did.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Shut down.
And you're welcome to.
I'll have another piece.
So yeah, Clone Saga, you've got your Ben Reilly, and he thought he was Peter Parker. He had all his memories for a while. Peter Parker even thought he was Peter Parker. It all got a bit... I was going to say emo, there was nothing emo about it.
It wasn't like Spider-Man 3.
Till Spider-Man 3.
Still Spider-Man 3. So you ended up with like two... I'm just drawing for the sake of drawing now. Two guys with exact same personalities, exact same memories. They both thought they were the same dude, but they can't both be the same dude. Only one person can have one identity. It's just how it works. So that's not much good, unless you want to accept that one person can be two people. The other route you can go with is in the Cartesian or Aristotelian. I'm just saying that to prove that I did half a degree in philosophy. In their traditions, where it's the soul, and your immaterial soul is what makes you you. It's the sort of the nice bit that experiences things and makes things happen, and etc. etc. And personally, I'm not a big fan of the soul, but maybe you're religious and you are. But we don't need to go into any of that because of Colossus's little sister, Ilyana Rasputin, who's done all sorts of mad shit.
That's likely.
It's Mephisto.
Did she have a tail?
She did have a tail, yeah.
And a big sword.
Didn't she have like a metal arm as well?
Yeah, can you not see he's drawn it there?
Yeah, that's a metal arm.
Sorry, the fact that the line's a little bit thicker, I can see it from here. My bad.
Anyway, Ilyana's not making it look good for Colossus having the same soul as he had before, because in the Marvel Universe, your soul is not your mind. She came back to life without a soul, and she was not fine. She was a bit of a bitch. But you know, she was still Ilyana Rasputin. Everyone acknowledged that she was still Ilyana Rasputin. And I mean, in the Marvel Universe, the souls are
She had hooved feet as well, didn't she?
magic pizza you've got inside you. And people can take bits of it, like if they got made into a bloodstone. Anyone?
Holocrux. I'm just thinking of other
No, Harry
analogies.
Potter. Yeah, you want the other.
That's tomorrow night.
Oh, right, sorry.
You can take bits out of people's souls in the Marvel Universe, and you can take the whole thing out and they're still them. Because the soul's immaterial, it's potentially infinitely divisible, so everyone could just have a bit of someone's soul, and then everyone could be the same person, and it's a nightmare. Metaphysical nightmare, that is. So yeah, your body theory, a bit shaky. Soul theory doesn't really work for the Marvel Universe. Personality theory, no good when you've got clones running around and robots that have this personality downloaded to them, and virtual simulations, and Hank Pym's ex-wife as a robot bird. It doesn't work, and I wish that I was going to turn around and give you an answer to all this and explain how you can reconcile personal identity with existence over time, but I can't. I'd be a vaguely famous philosopher and still quite poor if I knew that. But just saying, it's worth thinking about it. You know, like Colossus you can probably actually give a pass to because they rebuilt his brain. Maybe like your brain after you die, necrosis sets in and your brain cells start to die off. But maybe there's an acceptable amount that your brain can die before some dude with alien technology rebuilds it and makes you feel nice again. So maybe you can give Colossus a pass. But then you've got guys like Hawkeye. Hawkeye's a fucking problem. There's from MASH. Hawkeye from MASH. Pardon?
From MASH.
Like from MASH. Hawkeye, we've got Hawkeye. His head.
That's even before me.
He flies off
I bet it looks like Wolverine.
with his jetpack into a jet thrust.
Looks like Backlash.
And he's dead because of the Scarlet Witch. So we've got Hawkeye, shooting his bow and arrow, dead.
What about the bit where he turns to Lego? Sorry. Ruin it. It's my favourite bit.
And then he comes back somewhere over here.
Is that
And then he turns to
Like Wales or something, I think. Age of X.
But then
House of M, wasn't it?
He's back again and he's over here, and it's like, well, how do these two match up? He's not got the same body.
It's going to go for a while.
So, I don't know, came and got all these individual atoms and put them into this power.
We'll be back after these messages.
As you were saying.
And he's got the same personality, but personality is no good because of clones and stuff.
Is he a clone?
Well, no, but clones can have a personality, so he could just be a
Shut
dude that thinks he's Hawkeye. He's got all the same memories of Hawkeye, but
And keeps on dying. Like
dies
Hawkeye.
all. Wonder Man actually said in the recent New Avengers annual, like, oh, it's great that the Scarlet Witch keeps bringing people back to life, but how do I even know I'm real? And then he turned into a ball of purple energy and fucked off. And Ultimate Gwen Stacy is my all-time worst superhero, death and resurrection. I know she's not a superhero, but she died and then she got turned into Carnage and then the Carnage stuff went away. And then Tony Stark, and I actually wrote this down. Tony Stark examined her, and Peter Parker's like, oh, so she's a clone. And Tony Stark says, she's a molecular copy, but an exact one. There's no difference, only on any definable genetic level. So the question is, if she's biologically Gwen Stacy and mentally Gwen Stacy, who are we to say she's not Gwen Stacy?
Lawyers.
I'm saying she's not Gwen Stacy. She's a fucking clone. So, sorry Gwen Stacy, and sorry Hawkeye, and sorry Wonder Man, and maybe sorry Colossus. But that is the problem with bringing people back to life in superhero comics, apart from a bunch of other stuff which we won't go into. That's it.